all you crocodiles and chocodiles. This is your next episode of The Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth. Every week, Michelle and I cozy up with a movie, then take some time to really talk through how it affected us emotionally, beyond simply like or dislike.
Yes.
We trace that emotional thread from the moment the movie starts to the feelings it leaves behind well after it's over. So grab that super comfy quilt your grandmother made you. And keep warm because we're easing ourselves into the deceptively calm waters of a cozy action rom-com, the 1999 creature feature, Lake Placid.
Okay, rom-com never would have crossed my mind.
I know, and I love that about it. Because there is a rom-com hidden within it. There
is. There's literally like a crunchy meat cute.
That's actually a great way to put it. But let me get through this first.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about things.
Sure.
Okay? Shortly after the horrifying underwater attack in Maine's Black Lake, the local fish and game officer, Jack Wells, enlists the help of the New York City paleontologist, Kelly Scott, to investigate. With only a mangled body as their starting point, Jack and Kelly embark on a dangerous mission to find the mysterious creature as Sheriff Hank Coe, a mythology professor and an eccentric inhabitant, all want to locate the elusive predator first. But something deadly is lurking beneath the silent pond, and it's already taken a liking to the juicy human flesh. What is the secret of Lake Placid? ? That is the IMDb from Nick Reganis.
Okay, so I was questioning the difference between the mythology professor and an eccentric inhabitant. That's Betty. And I realized that after a minute, I'm going, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Y'all kill us sometimes. I just have a hard time sometimes understanding other people's descriptions of things.
It's a very truncated thing, and I think it misapplies how the characters interact, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about how you feel. How'd you feel when you first saw this film?
So when I saw this film, this is 1999, and I remember seeing it. I don't remember really how it made me feel, other than the fact that I don't like movies like this in general. But I wanted to see it because of... Actually, no, I don't even think I wanted to see it for any reason. I think my ex watched it. And then I saw Betty White in it, because I didn't know she was in it until I saw those scenes. I'm like, they got Betty White in this movie. That's pretty cool. And I always had that stuck in my head. Now, I don't think I've ever seen the movie since then. But in my head, I built it up as being a Betty White vehicle. Like, I know it's not, and I know it's not her movie, but I know she made that movie. I don't think any other, maybe B. Arthur could have pulled off that role. Even then, it probably wouldn't have come off the same way.
I feel that in this type of movie, it needed something.
Yeah, you needed
it. And it was Betty.
Yeah.
And it's much like The Proposal.
Yes.
If Betty White wasn't in it, there'd be something missing from it.
Definitely. And I actually put down The Proposal as one of my movies, because I always like to do a couple things from...
I love that movie.
And I do have The Proposal down, because I do like that movie a lot. And otherwise, yeah, I think there would definitely have been something missing. And here there would have been something missing. Other people could have played the role, but it would not have been the same. Especially in 1999, we had just come off of Betty playing Rose on Golden Girls for decades.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't just start on Golden Girls as Rose, guys. She started in, what was that show? I wrote it down. Empty Nest. So a couple years before she went to Golden Girls, she was on Empty Nest. And while I can't remember the name of the actor who was in Empty Nest, I remembered him from Soap, because that was the show I watched. And with my family, it was like a big thing. You had to watch Soap. And if you don't know about Soap, this is something I think that everybody, especially the millennials who love to go back and relive our old shows, I appreciate y'all. And I would go back and watch soap because everybody who's anybody got their start on soap. And that show was fucking weird. A lot
of them, yes.
It was stupid and it was weird. And it was a tongue-in-cheek making fun of soap operas. So if you have any love of that type of sarcasm, just check it out. So, yeah.
Parody.
Yeah, it's a parody. Yeah, it's a parody.
Yeah.
Of a lot of things.
Sure it is.
All I could think of is the possessed babies and stuff like that. Billy Crystal was in it, so a lot of people were in that. But Betty is, so we had this whole, her playing Rose for so long, and Rose is a very sweet character. So when we see her in Lake Placid and she's cursing, she's got an attitude, she's, this character, it's not what you expect of Betty White during that generation of people who didn't know her before Golden Girls. And it was too soon to know who she the icon that we all know her as now. Like, people now watching it for the first time probably wouldn't be as surprised.
Okay. So, okay.
So, I don't remember, I didn't hate it, but these types of movies are not my favorite movie. Like, I've never seen Anaconda. I don't really care for any of the Jaws movies. I just don't seem to like the chompy
creature features.
I don't like bloody, gory movies.
Okay.
But I'll read a bloody, gory book because I can control what's appearing in my imagination.
Sure.
Per se.
Not much for the blood spray.
No. That's why I don't like those types of horror movies either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a hacker slasher.
Fair
person.
enough.
So, yeah, I didn't really 100% enjoy it, but I always appreciated Lake Placid for the movie that it is. It is a classic. It is a good movie, but it's, not my cup of tea. So I've always appreciated it for what it was.
Okay. So the emotions you have are
kind of indifferent.
So we're going to stick with ambivalent. Okay.
I am definitely ambivalent towards, I don't hate the movie. It's just not my.
That's fine.
No,
That's okay.
I would straight out say if I hated it,
That's okay.
Mm-hmm. Looking at you, Short Circuit.
So for myself, when it came out, I was in kind of this weightless moment of my life in which I didn't have anything positive or negative happening at the same time.
There was no convergence of chaos.
Yeah, it was like the worst time, actually, because at least if you have something happening, there's something happening. I was resigned to what kind of felt like my failure in life because, I was in my 30s and feeling very failure-y. I was broke. I was sharing an apartment with my brother at the time, working as an armed guard, as a vault guard for these precious gems, and I never stole them, which seems crazy. I would have been in a pretty deep depression if not for two things, and one was my son, and he was the reason for continuing, and my friends. So on that edge of things that I was, that kind of like in a plane when the plane's diving, you're weightless, that's it.
Okay.
So the plane's diving, but I'm not feeling the pain of it yet. That kind of thing. So at that moment is when I watched Lake Placid with Joe, who was a manager at a theater, my best friend at the time. And they were doing a test screening, which means that the employees all get to watch, and I was invited to come there and watch with them.
Okay.
And it took me completely out of myself because it is very actiony, but it's also very snarky and very fun.
I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I'd never seen snark written so blatantly in a monster flick. You just don't see that very much. I mean, there was Monster Squad, but it's mostly
kids.
Wolfman's Got Nards.
Yeah, Wolfman's Got Nards.
But this was a lot of like higher level snark.
Mm-hmm.
Not high level,
Higher.
higher. The film for me was like a profound relief. It was like I was just happy to be there. You know, when he's talking about when Oliver Platt is talking about his parents kicking his disembodied head around, and he was just happy to be included.
Okay, see, I thought he said his friends or I guess that makes sense. His parents. I thought he said friends, but either way, I felt what he was saying on that because I'd forgotten about that part. So again, I felt that on the as somebody who was formerly bullied, you're just happy to be involved, you know?
Yeah. So I was just happy being there with Joe and with people that I didn't necessarily know that well at the time because they were employees.
Yeah.
And for a while during that movie and a little bit after, I was not alone.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was just part of something. I didn't have to think about anything.
Yeah.
And when the movie was over, I was not okay, but I was still there. I was still standing, and sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
And that is why this movie holds a place in my heart. It's funny. It takes me out of the world for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't drift out of it.
You know, and I get that. I get that sometimes we find those anchors in the weirdest places. And, you know, for you, it was going to the movies, and obviously it was, you know, it was more probably being there with Joe and being a part of the group. But you anchored onto that movie as being the catalyst,
Right?
And I can see that, and I've enjoyed weirder movies for lesser reasons. So there you go.
True enough. So let's talk about the cast.
Okay, how many movies has Bill Pullman been called Jack?
I don't know,
Like
quite a bit.
He has a Jack face. Like he just needs to be named Jack, but he's Bill.
Well, you know, it's funny enough. His full name is Jack Robert. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
So, yeah,
Bill Pullman is known as his character is Jack Wells.
Yes, he is Jack Wells.
Which is kind of funny because I played Cyberpunk 2077,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the characters, one of the main NPCs in it, is called Jackie Wells.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's kind of, I don't think that was at all a
Probably not because
callback of any kind.
I mean, most of the names. I'm not gonna say all the names, but like him and Bridget Fonda both have very like serial iconic white people names.
Sure.
Like Jack Wells, Kelly Scott.
Well, Jackie Wells in Cyberpunk is distinctly Latino.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely not.
Welles.
Okay.
So I just thought it was funny that they're very similar.
Okay.
So Bill Pullman was in Independence Day as
Yes.
your president. Don't you wish he still was? While you were sleeping, one of my favorite films,
Yes.
Spaceballs.
Spaceball.
Two movies we've done.
Yes,
While
we
you were
have.
sleeping in Spaceballs. We did that in the past.
So I like to go with the obscure moments in their history, and I hate myself for this because I don't even acknowledge this season of Torchwood.
Oh, no.
But Oswald Dane.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I was going to bring it up, and he is in a movie that I know we're going to cover because I mention it every time. He was in Bottle Shock with Alan Rickman, and we are going to do Bottle Shock at some point. I don't know when.
Won't be tomorrow.
It won't be tomorrow. Okay, we have we have Bridget Fonda, who plays Kelly Scott.
As single white female as it can get.
Oh, I know.
But she was also in Single White Female.
I know.
And she was in Jackie Brown, A Simple Plan. She's been in so many things. She's been in a lot of things. Name one. You know you're going to name it.
I'm going to name 3.
Go ahead.
Road to Wellville,
Right.
which was, if you don't know that story, it's the story of the Kellogg's. It's really worth it. It's fucked up. Army of Darkness.
Right.
And Shag. Because you know I was going to say Shag.
I knew you were going to say it. Also, she was in one of my favorite films, Point of No Return,
Aha.
in which they really lean into her melancholy, and I love it.
She's amazing. And I think people just need to leave her the fuck alone. She's an older actress. Let her just be. They're not gonna, women age. Gonna just clue you in on a secret here. Women age, men age. And guess what? It's okay.
You're pointing out the fact that she's been showcased by internet people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there are investigative journalists anymore. I think there's just
assholes.
Internet assholes who post photos of celebrities in their worst possible moments, or what they say is their worst possible. And they got pictures of Bridget Fonda just being a normal human out in the world.
Yes. And you know what? She's not 20-something anymore.
Yeah, because she's human. She's a human being.
And you know what? And when a guy gets, aged and his face fills out and he puts on weight, people just go, he's just cuddly. And then they just give women shit.
Yeah, because men are considered, wine, aging like wine. And
bitches, you don't age like wine.
Right.
You age like a fucking bottom of a foot.
It's it's just a patriarchal stance. It's misogyny. And it's the reasoning for why they want the younger girls.
Yeah, well, guess what? You suck. Okay. We have Oliver Platt, who plays Hector Cyr.
Cyr or
Cyr?
Cyr.
It might be Cyr.
It's Cyr. So he's in The Bear, Executive Decision, and he's currently in the series Chicago Med.
Yes.
Which I want to see, and
I've seen clips.
Yeah.
And he plays, I think, the hospital psych.
Yeah, the psychologist.
So I have seen clips of it. It looks pretty good. He's just got that calming voice. But it's so funny because I see him on that, and it's like my brain goes, okay, I know that's Oliver Platt. But then when I see him in Lake Placid, and I'm like, oh my God, he actually was a cutie little guy. But like, you don't appreciate, especially when you're younger, it's this weird thing that we have. And I don't know if other people have it. Maybe it's just me, because I don't really, I'm not attracted to people who are way too young or way too old, except for the occasional Jean-Luc Picard.
Alan Rickman or so.
Yeah, well, again, I was already in my 30s when I had my Alan Love, so I felt like I was justified.
He was in his 50s then.
Hush, okay? Leave me and my Alan Love alone. I never would have it wasn't a physical attraction. It was just I loved him as a person. Even like my Misha love is not like a physical attraction. I love Misha as a person. Though honestly, recently I do want to hold his head underwater. But that's just me because I could not. Emily, I bless your heart. But with Oliver, like I look at like actors and I remember like seeing them and being like, oh, they're a person.
Yeah.
And then like I look back at them as I've gotten older and I'm like, wow, they were cute. How did I not see that? Because our gaze at people it's just different. It's just, I don't know. As we get older, we look at different things and see different things. Though honestly, Bill Pullman is looking fine now that he's got a beard and he's 72, but he's looking great at 72. Sure. Holy crap, Bill. So we have.
And he was also in
Fargo.
I was to say, Oliver Platt was also in West Wing.
Yes, he was in West Wing, and he was in Fargo.
He had a small part in Fargo.
Yes, I was like, I didn't want to do TV shows for everybody, but there was a lot of these actors have done a lot of TV shows.
I was doing the Parks and Rec.
I know.
She had a small part in Argo.
In Argo, yes.
He had a small part in Fargo. He was also a porn star. No, I'm joking. He wasn't.
So we have Brendan Gleeson, who I also adore, and I'll explain why, because I told Beth earlier. It's like he's the guy you can invite. He's a family member. He's going to come over. You're going to cook a roast chicken. You're going to bullshit about the week. You might go do some yard work together. He's just that guy to me. I don't know. Maybe he's not. He just seems that way to me. He plays Sheriff Hank Coe. And, he doesn't butcher an American accent.
He is in The Banshees of Inisharan. Now you got to appreciate that I said that right.
Uh-huh.
In Bruges.
Mm-hmm.
And Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which I think everybody knows Mad-Eye Moody. And, he is definitely adorable. He's just one of those people that you think if he plays in a sad movie, you're going to cry. And I did.
His was in my opinion, the worst death in 28 Days Later.
Oh, no, that was horrifying, yeah.
Because he held
drop in his
on, but the
eye.
one fucking drop took him out.
That's so fucked
I
up.
hated, and I hated that movie only because, again, story time, Michelle had a migraine watching this movie, and ex-husband made fun of me because he said I just got grossed out by the movie because it was a horror movie and I don't like horror movies, and she went and got sick. I had a fucking migraine and you insisted on watching this movie. So there.
But also you don't like horror movies.
I don't like horror movies,
yeah.
but I would have tolerated it.
But it's as well, not because of.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I have, for Mr. Mad Eye Moody, I put The Village.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was in that.
Yep.
He was part of the twist.
Yeah.
No,
he was not.
Everything's
It's a twist.
Everything's a twist.
Sorry,
it's a twist.
And we have Miss Betty White. Whoa! She plays Mrs. Dolores Bickerman.
She is known for The Golden Girls.
Yes.
The Proposal.
Yes.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Yes.
And so many other things.
All I put for Betty White was, because again, we all know her, but I put Community because I forgot she was in Community, and I put Empty Nest, but I also had The Proposal, but you already did that one.
And we talked about her extensively at the top of the hour.
Yes,
so
that's my fault because I lost track. I've been sick,
okay.
my guys. So like, if you listen to our other podcast, Folkloric, you'll know that I've been sick for the past few days, so my brain is not with me, and I'm still struggling. So,
excuses made, and we're going to move on.
Yeah, I'll probably bring it up a few times. Okay, now the rest of the people on here, I have a couple more people.
Sure.
So, we have Meredith Salinger, who plays Deputy Sharon Gare. I think it was Gare. I didn't write down the last name for some weird ass reason.
She is known for Dream a Little Dream.
Oh my God, she was in Dream a Little Dream.
Yes, I love that movie so much.
Oh my God,
I know it is an insane movie.
No, but that's
with an insane person in it. But I love that movie. I was so enamored with her.
I mean, are you talking about Corey Feldman being the insane person?
Yes.
Corey Feldman has had a lot of shit, which is why he's justifiably on the loony bin side.
I'm not saying his insanity doesn't harm anybody.
No.
I'm saying insane in probably a very good way, because he's so like,
he's aware of his crazy.
Well, they wrote it in. They did.
Him, that was a good movie.
It was. I loved that movie, and I'm afraid to rewatch it. I'm
Me
afraid
too.
to find out it wasn't good.
I'm so afraid to rewatch that one.
But
that's when they redid Rock On for that movie too, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that had so many good things.
Oh, absolutely. It had excellent music. It had a lot of Mel Torme.
A lot of Mel Torme. And then, obviously the Dream a Little Dream, which is Mama Cass.
But Mel
Torme did it first,
version.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah. God, I didn't realize she was in that.
Yes, she was his girlfriend. She was.
Yeah, but that's like they were all babies.
She did the dancing, and I was so enamored with her. I thought she was so cool.
I know, but they were all babies, so I didn't even think about that.
Why can't I be her? Why can't I just be like her and be very cool?
And I kept looking at her going, I know her from somewhere, but I didn't do any research on that because I was just like, I
did reach out to Meredith to see if she'd want to be on it, but we had, a couple of things. First of all, we're a very small podcast.
Very, very small.
And it was a week before we were going to do this episode.
Yes, because we do things weekly.
Very short notice. She doesn't know me. I was cold contacting her.
Yes.
And her best friend, her father had died. Robert Carradine.
Oh, okay.
Had died. And so this whole last week has been hard for her because she grew up with them and she knows them very well, and this has affected her.
Yes, no, and I can't blame her for that.
So, our heart goes out to the Carradine family and to Meredith, who was very close to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't realize that they were close. family-wise, but that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So it's important that I wanted her on. I would have loved to have had her insight, or just to be able to talk to her about how she felt doing this movie. It was kind of a resurgence for her, or I feel it was, because it put her out there very, very much in the Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda vortex. I mean, they were
big, skyrocketing right there.
Yeah, they were big stars in the 90s, so this was a big thing, And, you had all these other actors who were just pulled in, and this is strangely enough, a Canadian film.
Yeah, pretty much, yes.
So,
and we'll talk about that, too.
It keeps pulling in. It pulled in from all these areas to get all these great actors. And I love that about that.
So, as little small characters, I have Mariska, I'm going to say her name right.
Mariska
Hargitay.
Yes.
Mariska Hargitay, yes. Okay. And she plays Myra, oh my God, her name is horrible. Akubo.
I honestly didn't know she had a last name.
Yeah, she had a last name, which
crazy.
I thought was kind of stupid.
They never used it.
No. I mean, the fact that Adam Arkin is in it and he's not even credited, and he actually has speaking parts in the beginning of this movie. He's Kevin.
Also in West Wing.
Yes.
He was a psychologist.
Yes.
A very specialized psychologist.
Yes.
Love him. He's very cute.
But
he's adorable.
But Ty Olsson has baby Ty Olsson.
That is true.
Straight out of Vancouver. Before he rolled over and became 2 vampires on Supernatural. 2 vampires. He was Eli in the episode with, can't think of her name, but Tara from Buffy.
Yeah.
So I can't
Amber Benson.
Yes, Amber Benson. She was with the vegan vampires, and Eli was, I don't remember if he was her ally or not. I think he was. I think it was her second in command.
Yeah.
I
believe so.
And then he was Benny. Benny. We all know he was a vampire. Yeah.
the sexiest of his incarnations.
Oh, Benny.
That beard.
That beard.
Little stubbly beard. Oh, my God.
And what happens in purgatory stays in purgatory. Hey, looking at you boys. I've read the fan fictions. I know the truth. So Benny, as we all know, but he was also in Dirk Gently.
I know.
With Osric Chow, who plays Kevin on Supernatural.
Yeah.
So bringing it around.
Is that all the actors you have?
That is all I have.
Okay.
I'm sorry, for Mariska.
Sure.
Not only is she, obviously, if you don't know, I mean, this is
Law and Order.
Yeah, no, yes, Law and Order, but that wasn't what I was going to say. She's Jane Mansfield's daughter, which I only knew about within recent years, so I missed that bandwagon. But her very first movie, Ghoulies.
Really?
Yes.
I got it.
Her very first movie. I was looking through it, seeing what movies, and I didn't want to do TV shows for her. I didn't know
it was Ghoulies.
Yep, Ghoulies.
Huh.
God, that was a horrible movie. I think that's probably why I don't like movies.
I have a whole new outlook on
the movie Ghoulies.
The Ghoulies. Oh my God.
And then we have Steve Miner, who is our director.
That's who I was going to get to.
Yes, because I have a shopping list.
He has done Friday the 13th, Part 2.
And 3.
Halloween, H2O, 20 Years Later, and Forever Young. I was trying to hit a bunch of different ones.
Okay, well, he also did a bunch of TV shows we love. We liked Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
He did Eureka. He directed some Psych, Smallville, Diagnosis Murder, The Wonder Years. He did the first House movie, which maybe made me a little bit sad because House 2 is the superior of the House movies.
But is it any wonder that these are mostly Canadian productions?
Well, but he did one movie that was very controversial, and we will most likely never review it on this show. Soul Man.
I don't know. I think it's actually worth reviewing.
Why? So we can be hating on the blackface through the whole entire thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's worth.
Maybe it is worth it. You're right.
I don't think it's worth ignoring it.
No.
I
just
worth
don't
talking about. But I think that if we were to do something like Soul Man,
we needed to do it with somebody of color. I think
we need to do it with someone whose experience would be directly impacted.
Yes.
And not just a couple of white girls talking about someone in blackface.
So if you don't know this, the movie Soul Man, it's basically a guy who pretends to be black to get into a college that it's not an all black college. It's an all black college. No. He was using a scholarship that he needed to be black to get into this one college.
Right.
So basically, he took another black person's place by pretending to be a black person.
It's not even the worst part.
Supposed to be a comedy.
It's not even the worst part of the film.
No.
The worst part is at the end. But we'll get to that when we review it. I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, I'd rather not. But it's offensive. It's messed up.
It's
even
a production
then,
of its time, but even then, it was a harsh slap in the face to see it.
I don't think white chicks is like, I get uncomfortable, even though it's black guys pretending to be white girls, and I don't normally have a issue with that movie, but I don't really care for it. But Soul Man always gave me the ick.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. It's not a good. Not in my opinion.
Let's drag it back to Lake Placid, or Black Lake.
Black Lake.
As it is known locally.
Yes.
But they wanted to call it Lake Placid.
But there was already one.
But the name was taken.
Which is what Brendan Gleeson says in the movie when they talk about it. So and I looked it up. Why did they name the movie Lake Placid when it does not take place in Lake Placid? It takes place at Black Lake. And the reason why they chose the name for the movie is because of the fact that the Olympics had taken place there, and they were kind of pulling on the fame of the Olympics, because Lake Placid is in fucking New York, not even Maine, and this takes place in Maine. So none of this makes sense, y'all.
In Canada.
But in Canada. So, yeah, I'll get to that too. So, but also there's a juxtaposition between it being a placid lake on the top and then being, the chaos of what's going on under the surface.
I don't know. Under the surface, they're showing you that there's not a lot going on there.
No, it is very murky.
It's very murky. It's very still, except for the one crocodile.
Yes. So it does not get, it's even though it takes place.
Maybe a really fast beaver.
Yes, there was a fast beaver and a fast turtle. There was a turbo.
A quick turtle, not a fast turtle.
But that's still a turbo.
It is a turbo.
Turbo. A turbo turtle.
Turbo turtle. Yes.
So while the movie takes place in Maine, this was one of my clues from last week. It actually is filmed in Vancouver, Surrey area, and it takes place in Shawnigan Lake, which is where the Betty White scenes take place. Bunsen Lake and Hayward Lake.
Yeah, and it's a lot of different places. Just, that's the way it is in the wilds. You're trying to get all the location shots.
Yeah.
And you need those nice camping areas.
Mm-hmm.
You need the nice cabin, stuff like that.
The place to put the dead heads and the bodies and the toe.
I hope they have a little plaque on that cabin or that house saying Betty White was here.
Oh, I hope so.
That would be awesome.
I mean, they have the whole campground here at Lake Lure for...
True enough.
Dirty Dancing, and they have the
And
plaques.
Friday the 13th. Oddly enough, they were both filmed back to back. Same actors. They just died. No?
No.
Okay, that's not true.
But I know. I think there's a little hotel over at Lake Lure that the cast was staying. Not the cast, but the crew were staying in.
Right.
And they have the cast and crew of Dirty Dancing stayed here.
Yeah.
So, it is pretty much Lake Lure's claim to fame. I dropped my pen. Don't mind me.
So Lake Placid is it's a meta. For me, it's a meta joke. It's a fish out of water, but you're a fish in water joke. It's a funny joke because the main character, Kelly Scott, is a
she's a fish out of water. Yeah, she really is.
But she's jumping into the water. Well, mostly she's falling. So here's the thing. Kelly has a real problem staying in vehicles. I'm actually surprised she made it.
She didn't fall out of the airplane on the way down up to Maine.
Throughout the film, she falls out of every vehicle she is in, except for the very end where she drives off with Bill.
She falls out.
Right. With Jack. Well,
she leans against the door. The door's not shut all the way.
He ties her in, and she still falls out.
They show a scene of him actively putting the seatbelt on her. No,
That would have been
that would have been funny.
That would have been another meta joke. I don't think they meant it as a meta joke.
No, but it was funny. She did fall out of everything. She fell out of the boat. She fell out of the truck. The bed of the truck.
So the crocodile is treated, or the chocodile is treated very seriously. Like he is the antagonist. But the humans constantly throughout this film, and it's something I found really like entrancing about the film, is they're snarky. They have quips, they have neuroses. It's all sitcom style.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you have this really serious creature feature.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have the snarky kind of like, it is a rom-com and a creature feature.
Oh yeah, and you got the bosom, not the bosom buddies, but like the two odd couple. You got you've got Hank, and then you've got Hector, who butt heads throughout the whole entire thing, but are so willing to die for one another. Literally want to die for one another. Jumping into the lake knowing there's a fucking crocodile in there, and you're just going in knee deep.
So, yeah, the film knowingly leans into the B-movie tropes. It pokes fun of, like, the Manhattan paleontologist. She can't, like, I don't like, I have a thing about mosquitoes. I have a thing about worms.
How are you a paleontologist and have you not gone out on digs?
Right. And then...
I'm an office paleontologist, don't mind me.
She only digs through files. So,
Damn.
we have a mystical crocodile worshiper who is also a professor and super rich.
Very rich.
And we have Betty White, who is famously unhinged. Honestly, I think she's just playing Betty White.
She is. She's just playing Betty White, who loves her aminals.
But this whole movie is very self-aware. I think it seems very self-aware, and the tone of it all is very gender-bending in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Kelly, who, while she is the damsel in distress a lot, she's also the one slapping the sheriff.
She is. She doesn't fuck around with it. I mean, like, so things are, like, overwhelming for her. Like, one minute she's crying about ticks, and the next she's like, ooh, a footprint. And then she accidentally kicks a head. And then she's like, oh, but look, there's a lady with the cow, and she's feeding the cow to the... Okay. So, I mean, she does have that ability to compartmentalize. I kind of relate to her in the sense that I also outwardly bitch about everything. I'm not necessarily upset, but if I don't verbalize it sometimes, so I could be sitting there going, oh my God, my neck hurts. Really, it's not. I'm just, it ached. And I went, or I don't know. I complain about a lot of things that aren't really that important, but it's more to just get it out of my thought process.
Yeah, and that's what I do. And you've pointed it out to me that I make a lot of comments.
You do, though.
I do.
I'm aware that people might be hearing me.
But that's how I process.
Yes.
And I don't take into account what other people are thinking about things, because if I did that, I would never move.
See, and I'm hyper aware that people can hear me, so I try not to say things that I think might be construed in a bad way. But mostly it's just me going, like I'm just complaining about like, how I feel or whatever, or something that's going on and I don't understand it. A perfect example, at work, I redid my desk area, and I have this rolling rolling shelves, and I pushed it under the desk, and one of my coworkers said, you can't put that there because that's considered a hiding place for children. I'm like, okay, well, if I pull it out, I'm not sure why that would be considered a hiding spot for them. Well, if they came around here, they used to tell us that we couldn't, And I kept working it out in my head. And I'm like, but I don't understand. When the desk was facing the other way, it was even more of a hiding space. Well, they figured you could look underneath of here. Okay. There was a whole conversation going on, but I wasn't even listening to her at that point because I was just trying to work through it in my head. So later on, she comes up to me. She goes, I wasn't trying to upset you. And I wasn't upset. It was just me verbalizing and not understanding the logic, because honestly, there's no way a kid could have hidden underneath there without us seeing it.
Right.
So to me, it didn't make sense. And the kids don't go back there anyway. But even if they did, we'd see them. So when we don't have kids who do those things, so I'm not really worried about it. But I get that. But that was my thing. I was verbally working it out without thinking about other people around me they thought I was upset. I was just confused.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my effort or any memory storage in my brain for other people's responses to me talking. When I'm not talking to them, I'm talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm working out my emotions verbally because, again, if I accounted for everyone's feelings, I would never move because I internalize everything.
I think the only downfall with that, which I appreciate it, but what I think the only downfall is when you have a house full of people like me and when our daughter lived here who are hyperly, we take everything a little bit critically and a little bit too because of, I don't know why our daughter does, but I know why I take things internally is because of years of the verbal abuse and emotional abuse. So I tend to take things personally. So I try not to listen when you're doing that because I know it's you working through something. But sometimes I hear stuff and I'm like, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. And I'm like, I have to tell myself that because otherwise I will take it serious.
Because it's not about you at all. It's about me processing everything.
But
and
again,
I do it verbally.
But that's, again, that's my problem, not a you problem.
I mean, it can be both.
So
Lake Placid.
Hey, we are in emotions.
It's already brought up a lot of things.
We're an emotional podcast. We talk about emotions.
But it is a cozy film. It's a cozy comedy.
I mean, sure, with blood and gore.
There's blood and gore, and there are jump scares.
And dismemberment.
That's the jump scares. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
But I think you ultimately still feel like you're able to like cozy up. And those moments, you just kind of burrow in a little bit more.
I guess so. What's funny is I didn't really remember much about this movie because, like I said, if it was ever playing again, I only focused on the Betty White scenes and maybe some of the Oliver Platts when he's talking because he is fucking hysterical and I love him. But in the beginning when the guy's down there scuba, he's checking out the beaver dam and stuff, and all I kept thinking, is, you're going to have yourself half a diver. I forgot he literally did have a half a diver.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I mean, he was still coherent enough to get me out of the water, get me out, to only be a torso with arms and a head.
Yeah, but he did it.
He did it.
To what end? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So Hector, who is the religious part of this film.
But he's a mythology.
Yeah, but he's devoted to crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
It's his thing. Lucky enough, the thing in the water was a crocodile and not a giant fast beaver.
Or an alligator.
Because that would have thrown everything off too.
Yeah, I thought it was a crocodile. Turned out to be an alligator.
But it's absurd. The whole thing with Hector and wanting to swim with them.
Yes, but it's because he's done it before, and everywhere he goes, he has to swim with them.
No, I'm talking about the concept of his character.
Because
that he swims with crocodiles because he has nothing better to do.
Yes, but that's not really why he does it.
He ultimately has a death wish.
He does, and also he even says, he wants to be judged like the Egyptian god with the crocodile head, which does he say the name of the god? I'm really bad with the Egyptian gods. Sorry, guys. It's not my mythology that I focus on, so I tend to not remember all of the names. But he says, he was wanting to be judged.
I think it's crocodile.
I'm a little upset that we did not stick with what we had agreed upon, and we had agreed that we were going to say crocodile and chocodile.
I said chocodile earlier.
And I said crocodile earlier, but I've not said it since. And I feel really upset with myself because we made a deal.
But we did it, so the deal has been
I thought we were going to do it for the whole episode.
We can, I guess.
mean, it was funnier before we said
weird, it. Because we're talking about a giant crocodile.
Crocodile.
And not a chocodile.
Highly
which is
upsetting
a delicious
and
treat.
Very disappointing.
But
Sean.
the core of this entire film is that it's a found family.
Mm-hmm.
They are all snarky. they don't seem to get along. But that's kind of family. But despite not liking each other initially, they all kind of, I don't know, they get a bond.
Found family.
I think it's a lot like being in, I don't want to say a lot like being in war, but a lot like being in forced combat at some point, is that they have this one common enemy.
Yeah.
And they're unsure of it. We haven't even seen the crocodile.
No, because the crocodile has only been on, it will only through the whole entire movie is only on scene or on screen for 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
Right.
So.
And that's the animatronic.
Well, yes. But it's still them saying the main character, not just necessarily the animatronic, but the crocodile itself in general, like the character.
The CGI?
I don't know what they used. I didn't look that part up. I think they, there's something I read about it being an animatronic.
There is an animatronic, and that's definitely the part that you see with the helicopter.
Yeah. In the teabagging cow.
Right.
Poor cow.
But yeah, I mean, you see this, they form this bond basically around the fact that they're all being basically hunted.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Jack is so quiet during this film. There's a lot of times you're not even sure he's in it.
Oh, yeah. He kind of like disappears. Like he's there in the beginning and then he's gone. And then he's back and you're like, wow.
He does show up to make like commands and to kind of, I don't know, give something for Kelly to bounce off of.
Well, yeah, because really when you've got the dynamic of Hank and Hector, who are always at each other's throats, but while while Hank is actually a very sweet man when it comes to his interactions, he's no nonsense. Like when he first meets Kelly and he's like, you're a pampered little girl,
So yeah, he doesn't say a lot in the context of the movie itself. He doesn't make a lot of, I don't know, speeches.
No.
If you're looking for something like Independence Day, you're not getting that.
Spaceballs. You're not getting that.
Yeah. But he's there as he is the focal point for Kelly. He is the consolation prize for a bad romance that she starts out on at the very start.
Yes, and trying to make herself hyperventilate.
Sure.
But, as I was saying, though, is like she, with Hank, she has this, again, he starts to have a grudging respect for her as he sees that she's a girly girl to a certain extent, but she's also willing to go and get involved with shit. And then her relationship with Hector is also like, okay, they're kind of colleagues, but also kind of not colleagues. They know of each other. She respects him in the sense that he's a nut job and wants to go swim with the crocodiles. But as obviously they don't really know him beyond that surface understanding of him. So doesn't have much to work on. Having the Bill Pullman character is really having that calming person for her to have those moments of calm conversation about the situation, as opposed to the father figure and or the, I don't want to say nemesis, but ish,
Right.
He's like the anti-her.
So something I thought that was kind of strange,
Mm-hmm.
now let me know if you saw this, is the academic snobbery.
Oh, yes.
But let's keep in mind that, yes, she has a college education. She has a degree. Hector has a degree. They tell you as much.
Yes.
Both of them are from academia.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff does not have a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And they call him dumb constantly. Jack has a degree because you cannot be in his position without one.
Mm-hmm.
So as a federal wildlife and game person, he has to have a degree.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, state. But even state, you have to have a degree.
Yes, but it's an undergrad.
Sure. But you have to have a degree. And there is a lot of academic snobbery going on in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They don't throw it at Jack.
No, they don't. Because they know you have to have a degree.
They do call him, I mean, well, she implies that they're all dirty, but that's just because they're in Maine.
Yes, and
There's a lot of Mainism going on.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I've never heard... Okay, there's... The extent of my Maine knowledge is Stephen King, but I never once had read so... Or not read, but heard so much hate thrown at the state of Maine. I mean, damn, people, I actually would not mind to visit Maine at some point. But she was like, and he's
it's
like,
a
oh,
very lovely state.
He was, Jack was like, you never been here before? She's like, no, because I have hygiene. It's like,
I mean, I would associate more, that more with, I don't know, the southern states like Florida or something.
I mean, where, you can't help but smell like sweat because, the humidity just engulfs you like a wet glove.
Not that I have it. Well, I do have something.
I have issues with Florida, but yes, the weather always gets me.
Not the people.
No, it's the weather.
Some of the people.
It's the people in power. And a lot of the transplants.
But yeah, there's a lot of snobbery that happens, and that is a lot of the contention that Hector and Hank have.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of snark directed between the two, but Hank, he's the one that always has to hold back.
Mm-hmm.
He takes a lot of shit from Hector. He takes a lot of shit from everybody, because when it comes down to it, if he gets too angry at them, he can just beat them up.
No one's going to know. Just feed him to the crocodile.
Well, it's like when Hector's like, the problem with being a really rich kid and not having anything else to do is, you can take a lot of karate. He's like, go ahead, take a shot. And then he punches him.
I thought you were supposed to say go.
I love that. And they bond over that.
Yes, they later on they're watching crocodile videos.
I know, they're bonding over it. Hank feels bad for hitting him, and Hector feels bad for goading him.
No, because Hank is a genuinely good guy. He's just a rough guy who lives on this lake, and it's his job to keep things safe.
Sure.
And it means, while he doesn't see the merit in keeping the crocodile alive, he eventually concedes, him and Bill Pullman both concede in keeping it alive.
Keeping one alive.
Because that's when you find out there's two. Yeah. But
a mated pair.
Yes. And there's bebes, little bebes that are nibbling on Betty White's toes.
At the end, yes. It's very adorable.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs. I mean, it's not a bad movie. Honestly, if you took out the gore, I would love it even more. I just don't care for the body parts. I'm not going to lie. The scene when the dude's leaning over the boat and the crocodile jumps up and decapitates him, that was a badass moment, yes, because the body twitched in a way that was so realistic. Not going to lie, fucked me a little bit. But I still don't care for... I don't like jump scares. I mean, that's not true. I do like ghost movies and there's some jump scares.
You don't like gore jump scares?
I don't like gory jump scares. I mean, it's predictable because, I knew that, again, I know I've seen the movie before, but I'd forgotten a lot of it. But even when I saw it the first time, Oliver Platt getting taken down again at the end, I kind of, I knew it was going to happen. So I kept saying, move your hand, but I couldn't, I forgot about the second crocodile, but I knew something happened.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. There's just something, I will watch a ghost story, and have all the jump scares possible. But when it comes to shit like that, I don't know. It just makes me, and maybe it's because I'm still not feeling great in my stomach, but it really is unsettling. And I have more of a hard time with watching it.
I get that. Well, the stranger thing for me is rewatching this has been a kind of an eye-opener. I always pictured this as more of a romantic thing.
Oh.
Like the romance was wrapped in it, but it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And watching it again, the romance is very, very subtle.
And I'm glad for that, though. Because, see, I didn't want him to be the knight in shining armor. I wanted her to be independent. And there's some times where you want the girl to be rescued, and there's times where you just want the girl to be. And this was the girl to be. You know, she...
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't talking about, like,
No,
for him to save her.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I didn't want there to be more romance in it.
I just expected, I mean, because I'd seen this before, and back then, I saw it as more romance, but it's cynical in a lot of ways,
Mm-hmm.
and their connection is based on these smaller stories.
Yes.
Of her mainly talking.
Yes, because he does not say much. No,
Jack doesn't say much. He just gives you the eyes.
Yeah.
The beautiful,
the Bill
eyes.
Pullman look. And I think that may be it, is even though he's not saying anything, he's got those Bill Pullman expressions going on that are very much, they say a lot. And they always have. But I think you're expecting the smarmy Spaceballs character, who not so much smarmy, but like the suave, the characters he's played in the past, where he has been, or even just the guy from While You Were Sleeping, just having that.
Well, that's kind of how I picture Jack.
Yeah, you picture that, but
he's kind of like he's subtle about his attraction. He doesn't just say it,
but he's even more subtle than While You Were Sleeping.
Sure,
and I think that is why I think you get that impression in your head of Bill Pullman's past characters and how they're...
I think I may have been, layering the While You Were Sleeping characters.
There's a good possibility. I mean...
Because everybody wants that, like passion and stuff. But I think theirs should have been subtle. It was good that it was, because she was coming down off a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And she was hurt.
Yeah.
She was already hurt. It would have been taking advantage of her turmoil.
Yeah.
Of her issues. And then she would have just jumped into bed with him, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't have made either one of them last. It's what I equate to Speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So at the end of Speed, they get together.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Speed 2...
they're not together.
Yeah, because that's based on your adrenaline, and for things happening, near-death experiences, stuff like that. It's all very energizing. You want life-affirming sex.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. This takes that away.
Yeah, because now she's thinking she's going to stay around in Maine for a while, and that doesn't mean they're going to hook up, but it's going to give them the opportunity to at least build something as opposed to it being a rebound.
Right. And I kept thinking it would have been nice if this Lake Placid had been at a time, and it was really, where they would have franchised it and optioned it with these characters returning to different things. Now, there are a lot of sequels to this. There's a lot of
sequels.
But they are different characters.
Much like Tremors, there's a lot of sequels.
Yeah. And I am sure they are fine films, but you've never heard of them.
No. Anaconda versus Lake Placid.
Right. The crocodile doesn't even get a name.
No, it's Lake Placid.
Not even it's not Anaconda versus crocodile. It's just Anaconda versus Lake Placid.
The whole lake, people.
The entire lake fights them off.
I'm thinking it wins.
I think so.
It's got legs.
I'm
not afraid of
it. It drowns the snake. So this film, to me, was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was fast-paced, but not so fast you couldn't sit and appreciate it.
Yes.
I think it stayed within cozy for a creature film.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Tremors in that way.
It did. I had a lot of Tremors feels about it.
And for me, this was it was a great showcase for Betty White to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
She had these small parts that were really nice, punches.
Oh yeah.
And you got these. Is it wrong to wish for the death of a state agent or whatever she says?
Yes.
Law
enforcement agent. Yeah. Definitely.
She admitted to killing her husband.
Yes, she did.
It was a mercy killing.
It was a mercy killing with a frying pan. He's buried underneath the bulkhead. Go ahead, you can dig him up. She wasn't fucking around. Sherlock. I loved
gave
her.
him shit.
She gave everybody shit. She used the F word, and I freaking was floored the first time I heard Betty White use the F word, because I use the F word like it is my breathing air, okay? And she used it, and I was like, Rose.
It must be okay.
Yes, must be okay if Betty White says so. Meh.
Betty said it was okay. I can do this.
Ha ha, family. Betty White said it was good. And
So-
that's going to be my motto from now on. If Betty White would do it, I would do it.
True. So the animatronic we talked about, it's a 30-foot animatronic,
Mm-hmm.
and it was created by Stan Winston,
Yes.
who is the same animatronicist, whatever,
Yes.
the same animatronic maker behind Jurassic Park.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
So
He knows his lizards.
yeah, and I think it's really good that he was able to do it, because you really see that the effort that was put into this thing.
I wonder if Spielberg saw Lake Placid and said, I want that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder.
But I think that when it's in the helicopter and it's just sitting there, that is a full face shot
Oh, yeah.
of the crocodile.
And you're going, I want to scritch you. I want to scritch you and boop your nose.
I don't really look at it and go, that's an animatronic.
No, I really thought of my animals.
Yeah.
I literally was like, I want to scritch it and boop its nose because it's definitely
Because it
winning.
had anima. It had a feeling of being alive.
Yeah.
And it definitely had a feeling of a pet.
Yeah.
Kind of like Betty saw it. Like a pet that just got too big for the house.
Yeah.
Which is what we do with our dogs. When they're too big, we throw them in the lake.
I mean, that's where I eat.
And we feed them a cow.
Oh my God, so many cows. Oh God, we're going to have PETA on our backs.
So we talked about the movie being filmed in British Columbia, Canada.
Yes.
And the title itself is a joke in the film. Where the lake is actually named Black Lake. And the character says that the Lake Placid was taken.
Yes.
And, that being in British Columbia, it's kind of funny.
Yes.
So.
Not in Maine.
Yeah. But Betty White refused to stunt double for the scene where she feeds a live cow to the crocodile. She didn't want to use a stunt double. She wanted to do it herself.
Oh.
I guess she was just
Wanting to walk that cow down.
Can
I pet that cow?
She was down for walking the cow.
Yeah, because Betty White, if you don't know, was a huge lover of animals. She was probably the only member of PETA that I will ever accept in my life, because she is my Lord and Savior next to our saint, who has, Alice Hammond, who has not been in a movie recently, but she is still our patron saint. But Betty White is my Lord and Savior. And I love her for her love and her passion for animals. And she, in having the lines that she has in Lake Placid about, I heard that PETA was around here, snooping around. It's funny because it's so not Betty. Now, the snark, yes. I'm pretty sure Betty White cursed like a truck driver in real life. And I know she did because she told dirty jokes. And I know, there's stories about that all over the place too. But she loved animals, and the fact that she wouldn't stunt double so she could walk that cow makes me want to cry, because all I could hear is that little girl on the porch. Can I pet that dog?
One of the lines that I loved in the film, and it's such a small line, it's very subtle, but it sets a character up. So Kelly, when they're flying in to Maine, and she's been hurt, she's upset, she's forced to come here, and the pilot's like, we're going to hit some turbulence up in the mountains. And she goes, could you please not speak to me? Just very terse, could you please not speak to me? And that just sets the tone for her attitude.
Oh, yeah.
That she's coming in on.
She did ask politely.
But the snark just carries on from there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was going through some shit. She didn't really give a crap about the turbulence. She knew,
But what I like about it is everything she encountered during this pulled her away from the idea or from her thoughts of, I got dumped. My best friend is sleeping with my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. No, totally.
So she got to it separated her from it, gave her time to assess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it gave her clarity because nothing says reevaluate your life like being attacked by a giant crocodile.
Exactly. So now it's time for the stitch count. Take it away, Beth.
So this is where we are going to go through 3 lenses. One of them is the Castellini test. It's testing for feminism.
Yes.
1, there have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
So we have Deputy Sharon, who actually has a lot of lines. I mean, she even offers to sleep with Hector at one point if he doesn't go into the water. When they were standing on,
that he didn't take her up on it.
I mean, really, when they were standing on, is it when they were standing on top of the helicopter?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was helicopter wise. Also, Kelly.
No, not when they're standing on top.
It was before he went in the water.
It's when he went into the water and the crocodile was facing off with him. And they knew it was going to attack.
Yes.
That's when she said, get in.
Yes. And then he's like staying there and she's like, I'll sleep with you, you know?
Yeah.
And, that one character who's got the really small part in the movie, Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly,
Yeah.
who has a very small part as the main protagonist.
Yes. So those are our named characters.
Yeah.
Too.
Those characters must have a conversation, not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship.
Oh, that's easy because really, unless Kelly mentions her ex-boyfriend, and that's like one little part that she mentions that they broke up when she's at the lake.
When Jack finally pries it out of her with a pry bar.
Basically.
And, he kind of stands there with his eyes lasered at her.
Yeah.
Yes.
The rest of the time they're just talking about what the hell are we going to do with this big old crocodile?
Right. And don't think that Meredith Salinger's character is really doing anything relationship-wise except offering to sleep with him, which I think is just kind.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
At least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it could not reach the same ending.
I'm sorry.
We're going to have a problem here.
Well, I mean, if Deputy Sharon was gone, no.
True, though.
Yeah, this could be a problem because really, Kelly is only the catalyst to get us to the lake.
She's not even a catalyst to get us to the lake.
No, because she's more of we were at the lake, we got pulled away from the lake, and then we had to go back to the lake.
With her.
So we had to go get her.
And she never looked in the microscope to determine what this was. They found out it was a crocodile by being there and the crocodile showing up.
Yeah, so...
by Hector showing up. So she didn't even... Unless there's a part of the movie that got cut out, and that is entirely possible.
There is. I mean, that is possible. And
but
I
don't
know.
think she's integral to the plot. She was not needed to capture the crocodile.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Betty White's character has a name, and she's got 5 lines, more than 5 lines, and does not talk about any relationship. And I'm sorry, if we didn't have Mrs. Bickerman...
There you go.
Mrs. Bickerman.
That did it. That was excellent.
Bam.
Excellent.
Mrs. Bickerman.
Excellent job.
For the win. Yeah, that's not true.
No, she is integral to the plot.
Because without her cows.
Without her raising those crocodiles,
then it wouldn't be there.
They would not have survived. Nope. Likely not have survived.
Most likely, yeah.
So she has helped facilitate, probably unwisely.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Bickerman.
I'm going to say that Mrs. Bickerman is probably integral to the plot.
Yep.
Despite being an ancillary character.
Yep, I'm with you. Because
the things that she did created the creature.
Yes. Creatures.
Several.
Plurals.
Okay, we're going to say it passes the Castellini test.
With a squint.
You have to squint at it. So now let's go to inclusivity and gaze.
Gaze.
Now these are a score of 0 to 1 for each one. It's either on or off. And you can get 4 points. So it's either 1 point for all 4 of these categories or nothing.
And we mean Gaze, not Gays. Because I said it very Gays. And I meant it as Gaze. So.
And we're going to spell it, people, all day.
All day.
So RACIAL. No,
No,
racial diversity with agency, not just background.
no, because there is a black officer on Betty White's porch, and I don't remember seeing him again. Maybe as a background ancillary character, I don't.
Yeah.
There's not much.
No.
Even
Hector
is quite white. You know, he is a white man with a Hispanic name.
That's
okay,
right. So that's a 0.
That is a 0.
LGBTQ presence that isn't a punchline or a tragedy.
It is a non-existent factor.
It is not in the film.
They're not appearing in this film.
0.
Yes.
Age, body type, or disability treated with dignity.
So this can be a problem, but they do have fat jokes, but a lot of the fat jokes are Hector making fun of himself or calling people out. Like he calls...
Well, he did call Hank fat.
But he also called himself fat.
But he's fat, yes.
So he was making a joke at somebody else, but then turned around and made fun of himself.
It is not treated with dignity.
It is not treated with dignity, but it's also...
Although Betty White exists
Betty
in the
White does
film,
exist,
and they don't make fun of her for being old.
No, they do not. So that's going to get like a 0.5, yeah, if we have that.
It's either on or off.
So it's off, unfortunately.
It's another 0. So we have camera gaze, not relentlessly sexualized or punitive, if I could talk.
So I want to say no, but there are the boy butt scenes when they're swimming.
I don't think that's intentional.
It's supposed to be, Bridget Fonda, but it's definitely a body double. So, it's not intentional.
I don't think it's intentional.
No, it's not a gaze situation. Though, Mariska Hargitay, I've never seen her in something so low cut.
I know, but she was just pretty.
I know.
It wasn't focused on her tits.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying that was, to me, the only part that I would say might be a gaze situation.
But it's not a camera gaze. It's just the way she was dressed.
That's true. So yeah, no, maybe not. No, definitely 0. So it does not pass at all inclusivity.
No, camera gaze, we're going to give it a 1.
We're going to give it a 1?
Because
okay.
it does pass.
It does pass. Sorry, my bad.
It was not sexualized. It was not punitive.
So I got 1 point.
Right.
Okay.
So we got 1 point on inclusivity, which is not great.
No.
Now, the Tremors Index, or as I term it, the best
of the best
of the tests.
So I want to say it is, I'm going to give it a 1. Maybe a 2. It has, it doesn't even have inclusive. Nope. God, is it really that bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I think approaching Tremors is pretty good. So we have 4 categories for the Tremors Index. 0 is below Tremors. It fails the basics.
Mm-hmm.
1, it approaches Tremors, partial competence. 2 is Tremors adjacent, solid, respectful, functional. 3, Tremors level, the gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
It meets the standard. And 4 exceeds Tremors, which I think is just very unusual.
Yes.
So tell me the 1 and then give me the reasons why.
So I said 1, some inclusive instincts, but uneven follow through. I'm not sure how to explain it. So again, I give it a 1. It has some inclusive instincts, but uneven follow through. Again, you've got characters who are making fun of other people, so I don't know.
Characters show skill, but authority still defaults to the usual suspects. And progress, but with friction. I think that does nail it down.
Yeah.
The uneven follow-through is she didn't provide anything. Nothing she did changed anything in the film. She could have not existed and the film still go through.
Yeah. And
she was brought there. She's the main protagonist.
Yeah.
It focuses on her.
Well, what did she give?
But she didn't actually contribute anything.
And honestly, I was waiting for there to be more. Like, it ends. The animal control from Florida shows up. They bandage up.
Well, Hector's going to take it.
Yeah,
and
but
they're driving it to his
Yeah, but even then, there's
facility.
still like, and then what? I just I feel like there should be.
I mean, I don't mind an ending where you don't really get an ending. What I mind is that the characters themselves aren't providing anything.
No, they're really not.
Hector is fine. He is providing information. He's providing what it is, where it is, its instincts, stuff like that.
Things that I think she probably could have provided within reason, because she said she's a paleontologist. So she studies ancient.
She could have identified the fucking tooth.
Well, yeah. But
she never.
No, she never got a chance to.
She never tried. There was a microscope right there, and then they stopped.
No, but she did identify that it was a crocodile with certain, when she saw the pictures, that it was the Asian.
Afterwards.
Yes. So
after they already said it's a crocodile.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying what she did do, not that she was
Hector
better than.
Hector could have done that.
Hector could have totally done that.
Absolutely.
No, I know that. So yeah,
she didn't provide anything to the group.
No.
And the character shows skills, but authority still defaults to the usual suspects. At no time did she take over.
No.
At no time did Hank take over.
No.
It was always in Jack's hands.
Oh, yeah. So definitely a 1.
So approaches Tremors.
Yes.
Partial competence. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the worst.
Nope.
It is. Tremors is hard to get to.
It is hard to get to.
So it's only 2 steps away.
Yep.
Maybe a rewrite would make this better.
Maybe. Give Kelly more of
I still love the film.
Oh, no.
Doesn't change a whole lot for me.
Well, I mean, I'm still indifferent towards the film. I mean, I love it I think I love it more now that we're talking about it than I did when we watched it. And that's, I think, my problem is I have this in my head of how this movie, and then I watch it and then I'm like, ugh.
So I think the reason why I love the film is because when I watch a movie, a lot of times I put myself within the character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching it externally. I'm watching it from a character's point of view. Not always the main character, but I'm watching it from the main character's point of view. Or a character's point of view. In this case, it's Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see the value in being distracted from things, of not having, the pressures of a failed relationship and having to work with those people.
Yeah.
Be right there on you the whole time, because she was going to sit there and stew.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only going to make it worse, and she was going to end up getting fired. You know that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. So her deciding to stay away from the situation was the smartest thing she could have done at that time.
But she gained friends.
Yeah.
These people are probably going to be friends of hers for a while.
Oh,
Hector's
yeah.
not going to forget that.
She's going to be calling up Hector being like, bitch, what's going on with that
I don't think
date?
she's going to do that, but she's going to definitely, she'd be able to, it would be a camaraderie that they had. They share this now, and she has valuable field service now that she did not have before.
Also, like,
just think of the academic papers she could write.
Oh yeah, her and Hector together,
Sure.
and if she can, they can be consultants together, or he has the mythological, but he also has the creature, but she has the experience with the creature. They can, I mean, there's a lot that they can do.
So there's a lot for me from her point of view. I get to see this play out as an adventure for her, in which she doesn't have to invest emotionally.
Yeah. And we all know that it's really Hank calling him up going, hey, bitch, what's up?
I'm sure that sounds exactly like Hank.
Bitch.
You are uncanny.
I know. Brendan Gleeson is proud of me. Okay.
Very much so.
I know
that
this.
Is so atypical Brandon.
I mean, whatever. So if you want to watch Lake Placid, you can on YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Fandango at home, and Tubi maybe. We cannot confirm. And they're going to be for rental or...
Brought up the song Call Me Maybe, Tubi maybe.
Maybe. So it's going to be around $3.99. The usual, guys, the usual.
It is. It is the typical rental fee.
Yes, it is.
Oh, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay, I was waiting. I thought you were still going.
Nope.
Thanks so much for spending this time with us and joining us for Lake Placid, 1999. This has been Cozy Quilt Cinema with Beth and Michelle. We loved having you in our little blanket fort for this one. To keep the conversation going, you can find us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Cozy Quilt Cinema, or you can email us at cozyquiltcinema@gmail.com. You can find Cozy Quilt Cinema where you're listening to us right the fuck now. or anywhere else.
Anywhere else
that
crazy.
plays podcasts.
Want to switch it up a bit.
You can go to a Buc-ee's and find Cozy Quilt Cinema somewhere. Probably next to a toilet. If you're enjoying the show...
At a Buc-ee's, it's awesome.
Right? It's right next to the showers, people. If you're enjoying the show, subscribe or leave a rating. It's a huge help. It means a lot to us. We will cheer. We will probably cry.
Probably.
We will. So do it so you can hear us cry.
Yes. And please, please, please check out our other podcast. If you are into anything that is kind of supernatural, unnatural, paranormal, tale-ish, lore-ish,
myth-ish,
odd, just odd. It is called Folkloric at Folkloric Podcast. You can come and check us out. We are on Instagram. We are on Blue Sky, the usual suspects. So please check out our other podcast. So next week, we're doing another 1999 movies. Movie. A movie, not multiple.
Not plural.
Yeah, sorry, the S slipped in there. Again, sick, getting better, but not great. Okay.
Syphilis.
So this one has 3 clues, but honestly, I don't know.
You're not sure about your own clues?
I'm not sure about the whole entire situation. One of the leads in this movie turned down the part of Neo in The Matrix just to do this film. And yes, regrets were had. So we're actually going into this ahead of time, people, with some trepidation. Okay. More bad American accents are done by classically trained British actors.
I love it when they do it. I just do.
This will be our 3rd in a row.
It's fun for me when it happens.
Because we had Alan, we had Brandon, and then we're going to have this one.
Brandon did a great job.
But you can still hear the Scottish every once in a while because
Sure.
the man can't shake the Scot. But it worked. It worked for Maine, I guess. And so our 3rd clue is they had to reshoot a lot of the scenes because the test showings, the test screenings, the audiences didn't know it was supposed to be a comedy.
I completely understand that.
And I am like utterly...
I think they were probably a little too subtle with it this time, too.
Why did I remember this movie as being better? And we haven't even watched it yet.
No,
and now I'm
I think it's fine. It's a fine movie.
It's not. It's not.
It is. Dare I say it's Tony award winning?
It's not.
Because you can't win a Tony with a movie.
Can't win a Tony with a movie. But also, it deserves a song that doesn't exist in that movie.
That is true. I agree.
I will tell you more about that next time, and I'll probably forget because it'll be a week from now.
And you'll have some rest, probably.
Maybe. I have finals next week, so...
Okay.
Because, yeah,
up.
Work in forced education is so much fun.
Gotta love that.
So...
All right, everyone. That was a giant crocodile film. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to leave now. We have dogs to walk and cats to, I don't know, pet?
Okay.
Something.
So my final thought is despite the loss of human lives that happened in this movie, the cow lived.
That is true.
The cow lived.
I'm very happy about that. And that cow went on to be the governor of California.
It probably did.
That's before Gavin Newsom, though.
And also after it got teabagged.
Cows don't live that long.
It was the teabag. It didn't get teabagged.
I
have
no idea who the governor of California was before Gavin Newsom, but...
I don't know, because they didn't make so much of a... Okay.
But now owns a small island off the state of Maine, which is kind of fun. We can make up anything we want. You're not going to fact check this.
No, moo.
There's no internet.
Moo.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my husband passed away. It's been almost 2 years now.
My department doesn't have any record of that, Mrs. Bickerman.
Well, I'm sorry. Incomplete records haunt me so.
Do you know how your husband died?
Oh, yes. I killed him.
And how would you have accomplished this, ma'am?
One coherent day, he asked me to end his suffering. And kept insisting and insisting, and then Well, finally, I just gave in. And I hit him on the head with a skillet. Well, dig him up if you don't believe me, Sherlock.